Hello and welcome back to my dandelion diaries. I have a very exciting video today. I was kindly gifted some Birmingham Pen Co. ink samples from a lady I consider a friend. Her name is Priscilla. She was kind enough to send me 12 samples from her collection, and I am so excited to swatch them for you today. I personally have never tried Birmingham Pen Co. ink, so this will be new for me. You'll get my very first impressions. I have been waiting to film this video for days and am finally able to do it. But I wanted to share the sweetest gift that Priscilla sent me as well. This is an ink vial holder, and the company is called 𝗦𝘃𝗍𝗄𝗏, and this is, I guess, the sticker that came with it. This is so cool, and it's sparkly, and it's so neat, and yes, I love it, and I'm so happy to have a ink vial holder now. So thank you so much, Priscilla. This is going to be in like all of the videos now. This is so cool. But like I said, there are 12 samples that she gave me. I kind of arranged them in what I think are rainbow order based on the color swatches she had on the top of the vials, but we'll see. I've been told that the Birmingham Pen Co. inks tend to shade a little differently than the initial color, so I'm really excited to get into these today. As for supplies, I have my same 𝗍𝗵𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗏𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗍 notebook here with the original 𝗬𝗬𝗁𝗁𝗁 paper. I have a new glass dip pen today. This is, I think, the straight one by 𝗪𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁. I just wanted to change up my writing utensil, because why not? I have a dropper, the condiment cup, and then I have a jar of water in my old t-shirt here. I also have a lot of sun right now, so we'll see how this kind of turns out as the sun goes down. I'm filming this at the kind of end of the day, so bear with me as the sun decides to make an appearance. Maybe we'll get some really cool golden hour moments, I don't know. But let's go ahead and get started with the very first ink here, and I'm just going to start with this one. It's called Arugula. And I'm not going to spell out Birmingham Pen Co. Just because it's going to be a lot of writing for that. I'm just going to do BPC, but that is how you spell it if you want to pause or read it very slowly, and I'll have it in the description as well. My first impression of this one, it is a gorgeous, like, muted, washed out green color. I am all for the green inks, so I'm always happy to have another to add to my collection. I definitely think this one is very, like, dusty green. I don't know, I like the color of it. It's really almost watercolory, but still very legible. Like, it's still dark, like a medium dark green. I don't know. I'm excited to see how this one dries. Next one is called Sandstone. Okay, first impressions of this one, it is so pretty. I expected it to be more, I guess, of like a sandy yellow brown color, but it's almost like a gray brown. Like, it's really nice. And I don't know, I feel like this one looks really close to some of my other favorites in this group, like the one I currently have inked, or currently had inked for November, which was 𝗬𝗵𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 Earth. And maybe, I don't know, I feel like this one's a little bit darker than 𝗤𝗏𝗏 Hour by Ferris Press. We'll see once it dries how it really shades and everything, but so far, I'm here for it. I love this color. I don't know, it's giving me 𝗍𝗵𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 vibes, but not quite yellow enough for 𝗍𝗵𝗁𝗁𝗁. Okay, next one is called Copperhead, and I'm excited to swatch this one because in Texas, where I live, copperhead snakes are very common, and I'm curious to see if this is like the color of a copperhead snake or not, because if it is, that's so cool. Okay, this is not at all the color I was picturing. Granted, this is still wet, so it may change color as it dries, right? But this is so pretty. It's almost like a bright, shiny, brand new penny color. Like, you know, if you get like a brand new penny from the bank that's like super, super, super shiny and it's almost orange, this is giving off that vibe. It's so interesting. I don't even know what color to classify this as other than orange. Maybe orange brown? This one's tough. This one's tough. Okay, next up, she gave me one called 𝗪𝗃𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁, which if this is like a terracotta pot color, I love that type of orange. It's always super, super pretty and warm and perfect for autumn, and yes. But the swatch on the top of this bottle makes it look like it's going to be pink, which I'm interested in. Like if it's actually pink or not, it's going to be interesting. Okay, yeah, this is not at all the color I thought it was going to be either. Oh my goodness, this is so interesting. Okay, terracotta is definitely kind of like a muddy pink. As it's drying already, I feel like it's going to be a little bit darker with the shading, but we'll see. It definitely is not terracotta pot, like burnt orange brown color. It's more pink. I don't even know how to classify this. Maybe like the actual color of the clay before it's like finished firing in the kiln or something. Like, oh man, these are trippy. Real quick though, can we just take a moment for Sandstone as it's drying? This looks fabulous. I'm so excited for Sandstone now. All right, the next one she gave me is called Ambered Adobe. And the top of the swatch makes it look, it's probably going to be like a burnt reddish color. But we shall see, right? Like, goodness gracious. That's really okay, real quick, pause. I just dunked this in the water, and the water is green. That is so interesting. Like, I don't even know if the sun, well, I don't think you'll be able to see it without the sun, but like with the sun shining through it, look at how green it is. I wonder if it's going to have any green shading. Okay, this is too interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, first impression though of the ink itself is a beautiful, like bright orange red color. I find it really weird that the water turned green after I cleaned off my cup and my pen, but we'll see what happens with this. It is so pretty though. It's like, I don't even think I have another color I could compare this one to. It's almost, I don't know, it's like almost red, but almost orange. This one's really interesting too. Okay, the next one is called Butcher's Broom. And I'm hoping, based on the things I've heard, is that this is going to be a beautiful bloody color. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I actually really like writing with dark red inks, like bloody colors, especially in the fall months, like Halloween and stuff. I find it so much fun to write with like a dark red color for Halloween. Okay, it's definitely a good bloody red color, I'll give it that. But it almost has like a purplish undertone to it, maybe even a blue. It's a very cool toned red, but it's beautiful. I think I have a few other ones like this, maybe not as light as this. I feel like Robert Oster's Blood Moon is kind of close to this one. It's just a little bit darker, but still this color is really pretty. A very pretty red color. Okay, next one is called Eroded Bronze. And it looks like it might be a gray or a blue according to the top swatch. My dyslexia kicked in a little bit with the naming of this one, but it's okay. The color is definitely a blue-gray. It already looks like it's shading while it's drying in front of me as I watch this. And yeah, this is stunning. I don't even know. It's almost like a dark icy blue color because it's definitely got like a good gray to it, but it's also really blue. This one's another really interesting one. All right, next up we have Heron, which has almost like a dark teal color on the top swatch. Okay, the color of this is just wow. Oh my gosh. I don't think I have another teal color like this. Honestly, this is gorgeous. I need to hide this before my boyfriend sees it because he will run away with this and I will never see it again. This is his favorite color to write with. And this one is stunning. Wow. I don't even, okay, so it's like a dark teal, maybe like a, I don't know, a black teal. Is that even a thing? I don't even know how to describe this one. Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this one to dry down before I make any further accusations toward it, but it is so pretty. Next up, we have an ink called Kingfisher. I wonder if this is going to be like the Kingfisher fish. Okay, Kingfisher is like ocean in a bottle. This is such a beautiful, almost cerulean blue color. It is so pretty. Wow. This one, I don't know, I feel like the back shading of it is almost like a muted watercolor. And then add like, I don't know, what's shading already in front of me. It's still very wet while I'm talking about this, but it is just almost like a dark, like the ocean in depths, right? Like we start like at the top of the ocean and then like as the shading goes deeper, it's like going deeper into the ocean. I don't know. This one's really pretty too. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next ink is called Armadillo, and it looks like it's going to be purple, which is interesting. Armadillos are very common in Texas, and they are not purple, and if anybody was curious, they are definitely a very gray color. This is such a beautiful color. Again, it's almost like a washed out gray purple maybe. It's giving 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃 vibes 100% with the base of this. I want to see what it looks like when it's dry, with if it has any shading like the 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃 line. But if this one's close, this would be a much better price than the 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃. Just putting that out there. But first impression, this is stunning. I would love to write with this ink. It is definitely purple and not gray though. I do want to say that. It is more purple than gray. Okay, the second to last ink she sent me is called Pennsylvania Fieldstone. It looks like it might be kind of a grayish color. Okay, that's clearly wrong. It's not gray. Maybe, I don't know. It's almost pink. It definitely has like a pink to it. Like it's like a pink gray maybe. It kind of reminds me of, what is it? KWZ Pink Squirrel? Or is that Robert Oster Pink Squirrel? Oh gosh, I'm gonna get my inks mixed up. But there's an ink called Pink Squirrel, and this one reminds me of that. It's not this color, but like it's kind of close, I guess, but not really. This is definitely an interesting color. I don't need. It's also giving kind of the 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃 vibes as well, like the armadillo above it. But this is so interesting. I don't know how to classify this. This is tough. This is really tough. And the last ink she sent me is called Twilight. And it looks like it's almost like a dark pink maybe, or maybe magenta. I'm excited to swatch this one. This ink is stunning. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. It's almost like a pink wine color. When I think of the word Twilight, and this is totally going to show my age, I think of the Stephenie Meyer's books, the Twilight series, and then the movies they made with Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. And this ink does not come anywhere close to how awful those things are, but, well, okay, they're not awful, but the ink itself is almost like a bloody pink color. So I can see why Twilight might be part of this. But also I could see it as like the end of the day Twilight, like the sky being a deep dark purpley color like this. I don't know. I feel like their naming is kind of interesting considering the colors of the inks once you swatch them. They don't feel like the names match the ink very well, but they're still beautiful. They're still very beautiful. Okay, I'm going to let these finish drying down, even though some of them are already like dry. I'm really excited to show you close-ups of these. Anyways, I'm gonna let these finish and then I'll be back in a minute and I will show you guys the magic that has happened on these pages. What? Anyways, I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, I am back. Everything has pretty much dried down. There's a teeny wet spot on Twilight over here, but I don't think that's going to be a problem whatsoever. We do have a little bit of a sunlight moment going on, so I'm going to try to do my best with the lighting I have, but it is, as you can see, very natural, so these should look pretty spot on, I'm hoping, on camera. But let's go ahead and zoom you guys in. So starting off, we have Arugula here. Stunning color. It is definitely a almost like grass green color, very on point for the actual plant for arugula if you've ever grown it yourself. It actually is more of like this kind of middle color here, the shaded part, but the outer rim, this color is stunning. The shading, I love it. I don't see any sheen from what I can tell, but it is a beautiful, almost like, yeah, grassy green color is the best one I can describe it as. Next, we have Sandstone. I'm sorry. I love this color. I may have to buy a bottle of this. So thank you, Priscilla, for sending this one. This one is probably one of my favorites from this bunch. It does have a little bit of like a greenish outline around the shading here. The darker brown shading is almost like a dusted truffle diamond look to it. It's kind of got that nice deeper, almost muddy brown color. And the outer color is definitely like a sand beige. It's a very cool toned one though. It's not super warm, which I like. It's kind of hard to get a cool toned brown. And I think Birmingham Pen Co did a great job with that, if that was their goal anyways. Then we had Copperhead, which I was expecting this to be much darker than it is. It is really light, actually. It's almost like a light pinky corally color. The shading does have some pink to it. There's no sheen that I can tell, but the shading goes kind of like from like this light pink color to almost like a darker coral color. It is very, very pretty though. It's a very pretty color. Not something I typically go for, but it's definitely very pretty. Then we had Terracotta, and this one is not at all what I thought it was going to be in the slightest. It is pink. It is very pink. I'd say it's almost like a corally pink color. There's nice shading, no sheen that I can tell, but yeah, it's a good solid kind of like babyish corally pink. I don't know, there's almost like, again, that kind of like muddiness to it in the background. Very interesting color. Again, not something I typically go for, but I don't have anything else like this, so I'm happy to have it in my collection now. Then we had Ambered Adobe. Beautiful, nice muddy orange. I'd say on camera it's coming off a little bit more warm, and in person it's a little bit more cool. Like it's almost red in person, but on camera I think it's coming off a little orange, and that might be just due to that sunlight. But I would definitely say the shading on this one is beautiful. It's almost like a watercolory shade. It's same tone as the base. It just gets a little bit darker. And I don't see any green, which was interesting. When I dunked it in the water when I was cleaning off my stuff, it turned green. So I don't know if maybe there's just some green pigment in this ink, but it's definitely a beautiful, almost dark orange color. Then we had Butcher's Broom. This is beautiful. I love the dark, almost red-black shading in there. It does have a very, very minor sheen. It looks to be like almost a black sheen. It's very, very minor. It's hardly there. But the base color of this is a nice cool toned red, and I definitely like it a lot. I typically steer towards darker reds than regular reds, so this one will be a happy addition as well. Then we had Eroded Bronze, with my misspelling there. This one has beautiful shading to it, almost like a chroma shade here. It's almost like a lavenderish color here and like a periwinkle blue on the outside. It is very pretty, very pretty. I don't know what Eroded Bronze actually looks like, but I like this color. It's a beautiful color. Then we had Heron. Okay, this in the sunlight looks so pretty. It does have a very minor red-black sheen to it. The shading on this is stunning, absolutely stunning. It's like a blackish green color almost. The base is definitely a bright teal, and this is a beautiful, beautiful ink. I didn't even realize I was out of frame, sorry. But this is very, very pretty. I really like this one. Then we had Kingfisher. Again, the lighting I'm fighting here, but look at this. This is so pretty. I don't see a sheen, but it does have a little bit of a darker blue shading. I feel like I was kind of right with my initial thoughts that it was kind of like a light, like top of the ocean into like a deep ocean kind of thing, like an oceany blue cerulean color. This is really, really quite pretty in person. I don't have a light blue ink that I think is like this either, but this is very, very pretty. Then we had Armadillo. I'm so glad this isn't gray, honestly, and that it's purple, and I don't know why, but this is so, so pretty. It definitely gives off the 𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏 vibes that I was initially thinking when I swatched it, and the shading is stunning. There's no sheen, but the shading on this is beautiful. I would love to see a full page of this. I'm excited to try these out in my pens and experience the writing experience. I mean, I don't really know how they behave yet, but based on the swatch, they dry pretty fast because I was only gone for like 30 minutes and they're already done. So there's that if you're interested. But I'm interested to see how they perform on like lots and lots of writing. We'll see. Then we had Pennsylvania Fieldstone. I love this. This is 100% going in my December currently inked pens. I'm so excited to use this one. It's like gray, but pink, but almost blue even. It has gorgeous shading. This honestly reminds me a lot of Ferris Press 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well, except that one's more gray and this one's more pink, but I feel like they're close in tone. It's so pretty. So pretty. And lastly, we had Twilight. It's still a little bit wet in there, but there is a green sheen around it. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but the shading kind of like to this pinky red to this deep, almost burgundy wine in the middle is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with these. Alrighty, that is it for these beautiful Birmingham Pen Company inks. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I'm head over heels for like all of these, and I'm so excited to ink them up in pens and write with them forever. I'm definitely going to be checking out their website and probably ordering some inks of my own at this point because I'm obsessed. And if most of their, like if 12 of their inks look like this, the rest of them have to be amazing too, right? Like it definitely makes sense. Anyways, I don't know a whole lot about the company themselves. I just know they're based out of Pennsylvania, USA. So if you're interested and you're in the States, there's that. They seem to have reasonable shipping. From what I saw on the website, their ink prices are also very affordable. You can get quite a lot of ink for a pretty good price. I don't know how long they've been around. I feel like I've been asleep. These are gorgeous. How have I not come across these before? But anyways, I'm so happy with these. And yes, just thank you, Priscilla. Thank you for my ink holder. If you're watching this, thank you. Just thank you. I'm going to leave the video off here, but I want to say thank you to everyone who watched this. If you're interested in the Birmingham Pen Co. inks, I will have a link to their website in my description. Obviously, I'm not affiliated, but I'm definitely going to try more of their inks. These are fabulous. So yeah, there's that. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.